daughter. I have no idea where it is. I'm going nuts. I'm feeling partially naked without it. I mean, me without playing without my hat would be like doing this show without wearing any pants. Roll that beautiful footage, Zero.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
All right, what's going on?
Awkward.
It was awkward. I didn't take you off solo layout before it started.
You guys wear pants during this?
It's called Fab Studios. I mean, I thought we didn't.
There's a certain expectation we set, so
If you guys wear them, I'm gonna say I do.
Turn off your camera if you have to stand up for anything during the show.
I'm just happy you're awake.
I'm just happy you have appropriate art behind you today.
Yeah, are you sure you're wearing pants?
Happy what?
Are you sure you're wearing pants?
No.
No, Dave's happy that there's no longer an image of my wife behind me, and it's hanging on the wall over there now. So that was a big damn picture, and it took some drywall anchors to get it up there.
My wife.
There has to be a joke in there somewhere too, but I'm not sure where to go.
Nightwingham's got you covered.
Well, anyway, it's Thursday, and if you're watching us here on YouTube, one, thank you. Two, make sure you pop into that live chat over there. We've got a lot of great folks hanging out with us already tonight. As always, every Thursday, we love our audience, and thanks to each of you that shows up. We love you all. And third and lastly, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button. Make sure that you're, if not already, you're hitting that subscribe button, ringing that notification bell, and yeah. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, check out our Teespring store. That's teespring.com. Fab Shop too. Link in the description down below. We have some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. Every shirt purchase helps out our channel, and you're going to look good doing it. Check it out in the description. Get yourself a Figure Action shirt, and yeah, we might have something special for folks that we see at TFCon wearing them. Anyway,
It's a
and a secret handshake.
Not called fappers for nothing.
Not for nothing. Well, speaking of Fappers Anonymous, Matt, how the hell are you?
That was like a mall cop. That was an excellent segue. Thank you very much.
gotta remember that one.
I am good. I do work tomorrow, so write that down. Joe is actually on his way now back up to Maryland because he said, "Fuck this state of Florida." He's going to come back. No, actually, he's coming up for a family event. So might get to see him this weekend. I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet, or he might be super busy. We'll see. As far as what I got this weekend, there's one thing that's in the mail that should have been here today that it wasn't. It's probably going to be delivered tomorrow, which I'm kind of bummed about, but you'll see it next week. So there's that. I am in the Charizard club because the cool kids are cool like that. And this thing is every dollar worth $20. Like I can't get over how good this is. And I'm beside myself. Like I've never seen the SH Figure Arts in person. So, but I assume that thing is probably what, $60 to $80 probably, maybe more. This has got everything I want to a Charizard that I didn't even know I wanted for $20. So if you see this and you're a Pokemon fan, please pick it up. He's good. He's good.
Who makes that? Is it
Jazzwares?
It's Jazzwares?
Yeah. Let me see. This thing has been bouncing around the planet for a few weeks now, and it finally got delivered, and I forgot a transformation step. But I am a proud owner of the April Fool's joke that became a reality from MMC, their Eris Coulter edition. And she's quite nice. She's definitely something different. And I don't know, just check out the reviews online. But I really like her. They've already confirmed that if you missed the first batch, there's going to be a second batch with a slightly different deco. So you will get your chance to get her, and she's worth it. And what's cool is when I first got her out of the box, I bent her elbow and said, oh, damn, she's only got 90-degree elbow bend. Nope, she got a secret elbow joint right there that gets it all. It comes up over the treads. So that's cool. The other thing to point out, too, is these are the best treads I've ever seen on a transforming toy. They freely roll. They're not rubber. They're plastic, so they won't grip, but they almost don't need to because they roll so well. So she good. She good. I'm happy with her. Last thing I got was for $8 on Amazon. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not a Power Rangers fan, but I figure for $8, shit, why not? He was part of their Amazon Lightning deals, so or
good
Prime
for
Day.
$20.
What's that?
It was a good figure for $20
I thought he was 30.
for you.
No, he was 8 for me.
No, 20 for me.
No.
Yeah, the
Well, either
retail
way,
was 30.
retail was that's what I thought Amazon said, that retail was 30. Either way, $8 for this thing. I mean, I don't care about Power Rangers all that much, but he can certainly fight All Might or something. So it'll be good picture fodder.
Actually, would work.
That's it for me. I'm gonna pass it back to y'all.
Gotta pass the mic.
And now I'm back. So
Now you're back.
by popular demand.
Well, speaking of popular demand, T-Man 978. You have a promo code. What's up with that?
Yes. This week I received Kingdom Galvatron from TF Basement. If you go to tfbasement.com and use the promo code TMAN978, I think it might have to be all capitalized like that, you'll get 5% off of your purchase.
Sell out.
I don't have any control over pricing or whatever, so
Pop
use
out.
your 5%.
Where's
Right.
TF Basement based out of?
California.
Not Natick.
They took over Nate's stock.
Ah,
Well, the stuff takes about the same amount of time to get to you since it's from California. But
Will it be wrapped in the love?
oh, bruh, it is his. He said his wife wrapped the stuff. It is double the Nate's Toys and Collectibles. It was like too much. I told him tell his wife that he's good at wrapping the bubble wrap. Or good at wasting the bubble wrap. But anywho, I got Charizard. And mine is more awesome than Matt's because it's at my house. Jonesy, Recruit Jonesy. If you pop him apart and take out his abdomen part, he actually gets way more articulation down there because he has this soft, pliable jacket. And I don't even know why. I guess they did it for continuity's sake so that he'll have the same parts as everybody else. But since he has this soft jacket, he didn't even need that abdomen part under there. Dana Barrett, just so I can make Vince Clorther. Scorponok, who is not starting out to be one of my favorite figures. Like he is. Cheetor might be better.
What?
Yeah. And I got this. I'm never gonna remember this name. Hell Blaster.
It's a blood angel.
Yeah, Blood Angels. There's Blood Angels Hell Blaster.
Do you like that one better than the sister?
No,
I disagree with you. I like that better than the sister.
I can't move him. When I try to articulate his arms, I just opened it. They pop out of the daggone sockets because of these shoulder pads.
Mm.
I mean, I do think the way they engineered his neck articulation is interesting. Like his panel right there is on top of a ball.
Yep.
So it's like his
The
head
whole
has a
thing.
ball in it.
Yep.
Then the panel has a ball into that, which is cool. So I can see that they tried, but I can't move these freaking arms. So it's frustrating.
That
will
might
say-
just be yours because I don't have that problem. That nothing has popped off of mine, and I've had him in some pretty crazy poses.
This is about as high up as you can get that because of the shoulder pad. And if you go too much, it's going to pop out.
Yeah, mine's never popped off, so yours sucks. Mine's better.
That would have made painting mine a lot easier. I will say, man, I took a dry brush to that guy. I brought out that eagle crest so much nicer.
That sounds like work to T-Man.
Yes, it is. I started to try to do that shoulder fix for Calvatron, but I was like, yeah, that ain't happening. And last thing I'm going to talk about is I got the death metal Wonder Woman, who I think looks absolutely beautiful. I think she's probably worth the extra $5, but I'm not doing anything with that Build-A-Figure Batman thing. So that's going to be in my pile of Build-A-Figure parts, or I'm going to just throw it in the trash. I can't imagine anybody doesn't want this Wonder Woman, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there totally against collecting female figures.
Or they just couldn't find her.
Yeah, she is definitely. Yeah, if somebody doesn't want her, I'll be shocked because, like Dave just said, you can't even find her in the store. I always see everybody.
I found her a couple times.
I can't. I always see that Robin and that young looking Superman.
Oh, the death metal punk Superman.
Yeah, her cape is almost like the Battle Sisters cape. It's not super duper. It's soft. I'll just say that. It doesn't get in the way. But I'm not buying all them. She's the only one I wanted out that whole wave. So if anybody wants that Batman head and cape, let me know.
Serengate says I swapped the head on the Warhammer on that Warhammer for the red.
Oh, so they'll match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why, but I mean, 'cause I'm a 40K fan, so that's not how the. I mean, I still want to get my hands on one of the Ultramarines now.
Yeah, I was gonna pretend that this is some type of female Amazonian inside of a battle armor.
That's more what the Sister of Battle is.
Yeah, them and you could also, because you don't know if there's boobs behind there.
That should be a shirt.
That should be the name of the next episode.
Title of your next sex tape.
What? That's it.
All right. Well,
I gotta say, man, this thing is awesome. I'm blown away.
Lightning Collection.
Don't do that.
This is gonna be my only one. Anyway, hi Dave.
Hi.
Get Goldar.
Goldar.
Well,
This week is actually a relatively light week for me. I'm actually surprised. So this won't take too long. I mean, work's still kicking my tail. I've been passing out of sleep. Oh my god, so early the last couple nights. It's been almost. I've been feeling like an old man. Like it's been weird. I actually caffeinated up tonight just to make sure I make it through the entire episode. But I got myself Dormammu.
Nice.
And I'm very excited. I just need the Red Skull. I still have them on pre-order on Amazon just in case, but that's what I'm looking for right now. Once I get Red Skull, I think I'm pretty much, I am caught up. That's it. The Red Skull will be it. And then when I get that final package from Nate, that'll be it. But I'm not hunting anything else for now. It's kind of
Weird, isn't it?
So, got Dormammu. Got my Bloody Noob Cybot. So that means I'll be trying to take some pictures of the two guys posed together. I'm just really mad at Nightwingham right now. But, yeah. So I got my Bloody Noob. They'll look good together. And Also from GameStop, this beauty.
Oh, nice.
I didn't realize
So
I was
I
out
got-
yet.
it's GameStop exclusive, and let this thing. I mean, I've been looking at the reviews of it. I cannot wait to get him open. This is absolutely the most beautifully painted McFarlane figure mainstream. That's the non-Kickstarter. This is absolutely gorgeous. This was $40. I see where all the love is and all the detail. Comes with a poster like the Snake Eyes thing. I'm just mad this isn't a clamshell box because like this is almost as good as the Kickstarter like for this presentation right here. That and it gets the poster. McFarlane's box photography, by the way, they are getting very good. I'm very jealous of this guy. I like his skills. So that's all my purchases. And just because I gave myself the challenge, I am not buying no Sentinel gargoyle head. So I kind of built my own. So,
Thunder.
Yeah, you know, and this is actually technically its third layer of painting on here. So I was going to turn this into. If you saw my Instagram, I was not pleased how this turned out. I actually consider this my first dud. And then I put another layer of paint on it today and put another white dry brush on here. I was going to think about mossing it up and turning it into an idol, but I think this looks like a street ruined statue now. I mean, I could have it laying on the ground, make it look like it came from a battle or something like that. But
yeah, that's what I would say.
It's
something ancient.
Exactly, but it's not my best piece. The Frankenstein Castle is officially my best piece, but this I'm looking forward to trying something like this better. So this is going to be a 2.0 on this. So I don't know. Someone might find this randomly mailed to them one day. I don't know. But no, I'm not throwing this. That is my week of purchases.
Right on.
How about you, Jordan? How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. I guess I can kick off a haul/news item. So I have a new house. I found a house.
What a haul!
Yeah, I know. So yeah, the housing market's been pretty brutal, and finally we're able to get. It was our sixth offer on a house, and so finally we got an acceptance. So pretty exciting stuff. Pretty big house. I know, showed you guys, but yeah, I just got to figure out how I'm gonna lay everything out, which is the exciting part. And it's in a nice little. What's that?
You lay it slowly and gently
Yeah.
and smooth.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that is a little uncomfortable. It's like
I know how I felt all last week.
The worst episode of This Old House. Bob Vila comes out and he takes his pants off and says, "Look, you saw it on Figure Action. You're gonna see it here." Is Bob Vila even still around? I don't see him anymore. But yeah, so the settlement date is the 16th of July, and then probably be in there sometime in August. So thankfully, I'll have a change of scenery and we'll get things going on that. Haul wise, I got some cool stuff this week. I guess I'll start off with one. I met up with Matt, and he was able to get the only Siege set that I missed. I was holding out for this thing to go on clearance. Never went on clearance in my area, and I just considered it a lost cause. I was like, yeah, maybe Entertainment Earth or BBTS will get it down the line. And Matt found it abandoned in the Target, so I was able to get this for the best price. And let's see. Next up, I got Scorponok. I don't think he's as bad as Cheetor, but Rhinox, Scorponok, and Cheetor are definitely like the bottom three in this whole Kingdom line. Like before the show kicked off, I was like talking to thanks to everybody for the congratulations. And I will probably do a collection tour as soon as I get everything up. So go back and watch my collection tour on TM Reviews channel, I made mention there that at the time I was like, yeah, I think we're thinking about getting a new house. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the new collection's laid out. But yeah, so before the show kicked off, I was talking to T, and I think that whoever designed Rhinox and Scorponok are one and the same, because this just does not have the same feeling. Maybe Cheetor too. I think Cheetor, whoever designed those, it's probably the same designer. Like Scorponok, I think is the best of the three, but not by much. His transformation does a couple cool things, but like I don't like that his head's kind of hanging out the bottom. I like how his legs disappear. I like that you can take the bug legs and kind of really compact them up so he has like the silhouette. I like that you can kind of fake an ab crunch in here, but it's a little too loose to actually use. So he's doing some cool stuff. It's just not executed the best. Next up, I was Obi-Wan. I don't have a young Obi-Wan in my collection, so it's like I saw the General Obi-Wan. I missed out the Walgreens one a couple years back, so I got the Clone Wars one, and I think the likeness to Ian McGregor is actually pretty good, despite the fact that on the box it's the Clone Wars cartoon. So I think it's kind of funny. Last, I got Skelegod. Winston hit me up about this guy. He's like, hey, I found him. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should get him. But then I saw him, and I don't have a Skeletor in my collection. I just really wanted like a He-Man and Skeletor. When you see this guy in person, you're going to be impressed. He's very, very well made. I like how he has this layered cape. I like how he has these weights on here to keep the cape hanging down. I like the fact that the cape is removable. It's actually on a plastic piece up here. So if you don't want the soft goods cape hanging on, you just slide it up and it pops off. And there you go. Also, he comes with an effects piece that you can't see because I have my green screen on and a couple hands. Really well made figure. I think Mattel did a really good job. It's like he's got floating gauntlets. He's a little bit looser than your average Hasbro figure, but not in a bad way. Everything moves very smoothly on this guy. You don't feel like you got to heat up the joints, which I was kind of like thinking I might have to do because my only relative experience with Mattel is their Velociraptors, and I had to heat the hell out of those joints in order to get them to, like, at least the legs to move right. Also, Brad Harper, I saw your comment in there about the Pasadena Toy Expo. I'm supposed to be in Pasadena Saturday morning. I'm helping out family, so I don't know if I'm going to have time to slip by there or not. So I might, but it just all depends on timing. But yeah, that was it for me. Dave, you're like looking like something's happening off camera.
A door just moved. Like,
What was behind the door?
Shifted open. It was a
Door Mamu?
door. The door to the bathroom right next to me just opened. And I'm like, the fuck?
Mamu?
Yoink. All right. Well, we got some cool stuff to talk about. I guess we'll get our everybody's favorite out of the way. Hasbro Pulse had a thing. They did their Transformers Tuesdays, and we got one reveal this week. And this is a definite love it or hate it, because I know T-Man hate it. So this would be the, hey, we're getting a gold bug, but not how you might think. So this is the Shattered Glass Gold Bug. I think this is exclusive to
Cat Crab.
It is. It's Cat Crab.
No, that's the green one. They haven't come out with him.
Does that
He's
say
based off of
$30? Holy
It
shit!
comes with-
For that
yeah, 'cause
gold?
it-
No.
yeah.
I didn't even see the
Well,
price on that.
Because it comes with a comic, but comic's not worth $10 in my opinion.
Okay, so
think
did every Combiners Wars toy.
Oh,
A
100%.
stack of the Combiner Wars figures of the comics they came with. And they all had exclusive covers.
I also wonder if it has anything to do with the packaging.
I agree with this comment. That is a good point, and I believe that is correct.
Or actually, Shattered Glass Runabuck should be in Gold Bug colors.
Yeah, with that hair. I think that's a great point, Sportimus. I think that's actually really, it would have been really effective and a good way to get extra legs out of that mold, because we've seen this mold a little bit too much.
How much was Blur?
I think Blur was also 30. We can find out.
Yeah. If this guarantees I will never buy any of these. I wouldn't mind having that, but I'm not in any desperate need at all. I want the regular gold bug. That's a gold bug.
I will say I'm appreciative that they gave him, a unique head sculpt, and they did for Blur as well. I'm really tired of these weapons that they're recycling from Cliff Jumper. I mean, it's cool and all, but hey, how about just give him like one of the the blasters, the small blasters that you did for the Centurion pack, and just sell him for 21 with the comic.
So our man here, Styles Clasher, says he'd rather pay $30 for a one-night stand. I don't know if you mean a singular bedside table, or do you mean a hooker for one night that you're going to inevitably need an STD testing kit for? So
I'm at that point in life where I want the piece of furniture next to my bed.
I just hope negotiate that she comes with the testing kit just as a bonus accessory.
It looks nice. I don't want it.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, but and as far as the new head sculpt goes, of course it's a new head sculpt because they're going to get more use out of it when they inevitably release the regular color version.
Yeah.
I hope the regular one is an actual Volkswagen.
Yeah, you would think that they wouldn't just do a one and done for that Netflix mold. You would think that they would take that, just paint it gold and give him the the updated head. But I would be ecstatic if, like Sportimus suggested, they just took Runabout Runamuck's mold and put that head on there. I think that would work out.
That's an excellent mold anyway. I mean, this one's good too, but it's been used to death.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bug Bite was like also one of the ones. What was that, T?
So has Megatron.
Yep.
Oh, they don't care.
Well, even Megatron, they didn't even try to change it, right? I mean, except for the Earthrise version, but they still came out with like a dozen versions of the just repaints. I mean, they literally just changed the deco.
These idiots will buy anything, eh, Starscream?
Pretty much.
And then
Styles Glasher is insisting you get a second opinion.
Second option. He says he's taking the second option. Yeah.
All right. So next up in weirdness, we're getting a Transformers themed loot crate. I like how Sabertron.com framed this. To all the completionists out there, how far will you go? We asked because Loot Crate just revealed one of the items inside their upcoming Transformers crate, and it looks well off. This is a 3 POA Optimus Prime statue.
That's not 3 POA. That's 1 POS.
Yes.
This is a whole lot of Botox gone wrong.
Me on that.
This is Botox and a boob job that went horribly, horribly askew.
This is looking at the specs through a fisheye.
And my man here got to hit up a Thigh Master. It's just got to happen.
Yeah.
Next.
That's actually Armada Optimus Prime after going off on a bender.
This looks like pectoral implants gone wrong. Like you ever like catch like one of those Facebook viral stories where it's like you have like some dude in Brazil injected saline into his chest and his biceps?
No.
You've never seen this?
This looks
Dude,
like
you got Facebook has got some weird hooks on you for the ads you're getting.
does.
I was gonna say,
It's-
my Facebook ads is like a dude speed building a concrete like fountain in the middle of the forest or something. It's crazy.
Mine's a guy turning a pile of mud into a brick oven and cooking like an amazing cheesesteak while selling an awesome knife. That's what I get.
Yeah.
Basically,
this looks like somebody let their 5-year-old draw Optimus Prime, and they filled in the blanks with details.
And then printed it.
Yeah. Next.
So obviously Jordan's getting this one, but what's next?
No, I'm not getting that. That is just that is beyond awful.
That is like, look at the size of them arms. I mean,
No,
Yeah,
don't
he's got forearms like Popeye.
No, that's an insult, Popeye.
It's one goofy ass looking truck.
God, can you imagine that thing could
that
actually
thing.
transform?
But anyway,
Okay, now
what
I'm
else
gonna-
we got? What else we got?
All right. So, as expected, MP52 Starscream is about to release. So we've actually got some in-hand pictures. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but as we've been looking at the other offering that's coming out, I forget what the name of that company was. It Deformation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Of course, we got our look at Starscream here, how he compares to MP36, how he compares to Meteor.
It's smaller.
I
Yeah,
think
he
it's that.
looks.
I think it's that picture and the way he stood. I think one's crunched over a little bit, and the other one's arched back. We'll see.
And probably perspective too.
Yeah.
We will see.
Well,
It's
I
actually
say
cool.
that, but he looks awful short there, standing next to MP36.
And
Yeah.
Shockwave.
Shockwave. Yeah.
So who,
I mean, the
who here is
hands-
getting?
I've
got the
had
pre-order.
mine. But
I
you
just
know me,
hope for
I'll-
the sake of whoever buys this that it holds up. Like whether it's complicated or overpriced or whatever, I just hope it's good quality. That's my hope for you guys.
There was a point 5-6 years ago, I literally owned almost every iteration of Starscream made.
It's almost as if you were a true Starscreamer.
Honestly, no, it's weird. I remember specifically, it was the Combiner Wars was the first time I ever looked at a box and said, I can't do this.
Where he had his flood pants on.
Well, that was the one where he the Combiner version of him, where it was just like the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I don't know how many I ended up selling off. I mean, I had the G1. I had the freaking Pretender Starscream. I had the Beast Wars Starscream and BB. And now it's like, I see something like this, and I'm like, I have no desire to have it. It's weird.
I think with that third-party offering coming out, the God, it's gonna kill me. Like what the name of it is. Deformation Space. With the Deformation Space one coming out, I think that it's going to be an awful lot like the Freedom Leader and what was the other one that came out?
Magic Square.
Yeah, Magic Square
And
Light of
Transform
Justice.
Element.
Yeah, so Transform Element, Magic Square. A lot of people, they got those, and that was their new Masterpiece Prime. He cost a hell of a lot less, and he had all the articulation. Also there's a chill reviewer on the panel who did a comparison of all three, and T, I think your final verdict was, outside of the paint, you liked the Transform Element a lot, didn't you?
My final version was I liked MP44 the best because of his articulation and whatnot. But if TE had the posability of Magic Square, I would have liked Magic Square. I would have liked the TE more.
I mean, whoever's taking these pictures is obviously having fun with it, which gives me some hope.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I can see so much paint in there. There's like a glob right there. But obviously, the one of the elephants in the photography is this thing has no waist, and outside of this photo, they're doing a lot to hide the stacks of Pringles going on for his wings.
That makes me wonder too. Just on a side note, do we know how much the other offering is right now? We haven't seen any details on it.
Nope.
Which is surprising because when we go over third-party stuff, there is a Soundwave that was just announced, and now it's up for pre-order on all the major sites. It's interesting that the jet mode is about the same.
Yeah, it looks the same. Ugh.
Yeah, you kind of get a sneak peek at how the wings operate.
What the hell?
Pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I like how
does that work?
I like how the guns turn from missile pods to null rays.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's probably very similar to the gut gun for Cheetor.
It looks like the barrel rotates in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And has a tip on the other end that sticks out in giggity.
I was stuck on his wings open.
Why is he about to sing "Oh Holy Night"?
Oh, Holy Night! No, I can't do a good Starscream.
Oh my God! What was that?
Oh, Megatron! Of course, your plan is good.
The wings open thing, that kind of reminds me of the Tetra jet. So
A little bit.
that looks like some extra masterpiece detail that we don't need.
Yeah.
It was an extra $40 to the price.
Well, it's like he never opened his chest up on the show, but yeah,
That's hot.
That was only on his OnlyFans.
So I'm guessing we're gonna have video reviews from overseas here pretty soon.
I would imagine by the end of the week. Yeah, I imagine you'll probably see Son of Empire, Tauntaun.
I'm personally going to wait for a slightly colder, chiller review.
I was going to say I might break in and watch somebody else because I'm super interested.
I was lying. I'm sorry. Was I convincing?
A little bit.
All right. Well, next up, no toys to talk about, but I did want to discuss this kind of like back-to-back Transformers media discussions here. Because first up, we got a look and a teaser trailer for Kingdom, and you gonna be okay there?
From your future.
From your future. It reminded me of how Dr. Light sounded in Mega Man 8.
Dude,
Mega Man, we are from your future.
I'm only watching this just because it's like I'm like I don't want to say vested in it, but it's like
we've seen it through this far, right? So we just might as well get to the end.
I don't think I can watch it.
It was the part of we are not your enemies. Saying it just like that while he's driving in the midst of a gunfight. It's like, for crying out loud, can't you speak a sentence at a normal pace just once?
Yeah.
No.
I really don't think I watch this. Like, for G1, like G1 has its quirks. I think the more I think on it, it's like G1 is still memorable because it had memorable characters. It had, unique voices. And just, I can't tell you who sounds like what in Earthrise other than Wheeljack.
There is nothing remarkable in Earthrise. I'm going to, you know what? You're opening up the wound here. I don't care. I'm going to let it bleed. This, by all points, should have been like the apex of Transformers. We should, something with a budget, CGI that can give us cool things. A fandom of voice actors to pick from, of people who'd be motivated to do whatever you want. Hasbro could have said, all right, we're going to let fans audition for it, pull it from a Transformer convention.
Right. And there is, there is a
could've-
fan dub that's fixing some of the problems for the Siege and Kingdom cartoon, or Siege and Earthrise cartoons.
But I mean, even just talking about some of the writing on there. I mean, it's like there were some potentials that could have been so flippin' awesome. Like the idea of Sound Blaster being the failed clone. It's just there's so much.
Right. Instead, they just show up to justify their toy.
Yes, but they actually came up with a valid justification for his toy too. That was kind of interesting. But no, we cut the budget. We never see anything transform. We never see things being character accurate. I mean, okay, I will give this. Jetfire probably has the best character arc of the entire freaking series in the first season. That's about it. This just could have been so bloody much. I mean, I've talked about the Scorponok fight so many times of how cool it would have been. He transforms, they shoot him in the head, and the head turns into the robot, and the robot himself is doing more crazy stuff, you know? Nope.
Lots of failed ideas. I like what Sportimus here said, too, that the Beast Wars fans will finally be introduced as proper Transformers fans because they're going to have their original memories just totally fucked over. So congratulations to Beast Wars fans. You're going to join us G1 fans with having your characters just ass raped.
Oh, my God. Give that man some figure action points.
Half a figure action point.
Oh, I will say,
don't argue.
One thing I like about this picture is they didn't go totally toy accurate, and Cheetor and Tigatron have the appropriate legs and body shape, and Rhinox, his body is more filled out like the actual G1 G1 Beast Wars cartoon. I like that, but Primal looks too beefy. But I wish they would have got the original voice. I knew they weren't, but it would have been fun if they got the original voice cast.
Yeah, that's what was with the voice cast with this thing now, is that it was something about they couldn't use the union actors, or there was some legal crap that was behind the scenes there.
They are cheap. This is a bottom basement. This isn't even like a Troma film's got more of a budget than this has. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they could have done so much. You still could have gotten non-screen actors, fan voice actors. I mean, that could have put some passion into this.
I want to highlight Jay's comment here.
They're just phoning it in.
You know, it's like Hasbro is the biggest toy company in the world. And like Mattel, I don't want to say Mattel's floundering, but Mattel in what they used to be. They got Barbie and they got Jurassic Park, Mega Bloks. Oh, they've had. Well, He-Man's theirs.
And like He-Man, look what they're doing with He-Man.
Yeah,
and like He-Man toy. I haven't owned a He-Man toy except for Battle Armor He-Man. Guess what? I'm seeing this Revelation series. I'm seeing these Revelation figures. It's got my damn attention. Mattel is doing it right.
And that animation looks really good. I mean, really, really good. And I think it's like a 9-episode series, also on Netflix. So it's like, why can't Hasbro work with the studio like that? I mean,
it's because Mattel realized that we need a hero when it comes to these kind of shows. We need a hero.
Netflix's fault that Netflix didn't give them any money for this?
I don't think it's Netflix's fault. I think that ultimately Hasbro's marketing team was responsible for the budget. But if you made something that, like, okay, it's going to be on Netflix, it's going to sit on Netflix as a Netflix original anime series, you make something memorable that kids want to watch and adults and collectors want to watch over and over and over. Yeah, of course they're going to want to buy the merchandise. But
I'm never going to watch this. I'm never going to watch this Siege thing ever again.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
6 episodes is not enough time to do anything. And then not only is that a short amount of episodes, but they talk slow to spread out time.
Yeah.
So it's like bruh.
No, as I said, there's so much that this could have been that they just
did not do.
I hope something good comes out of it.
I mean, the toys are good.
Yeah, the toys are great.
I haven't been this I mean, I should have, again, this should have been like the shit.
Instead, it was
Eh,
shit.
we're all gonna die. Next. Nobody left.
Yeah, next.
I
Move past
don't
the
want to even
pain.
know
Move me past
how
the
Rat
pain.
Trap. I'm not gonna be able to move you past the pain because the sequel to the Bumblebee movie.
No.
I don't know. So the press release came out this week, and the official title is Rise of the Beasts. It's supposed to take place in 1992.
That's also the title of your sex tape.
What?
Never mind.
Oh no, that's it. I have not been to Tijuana, Dave. But yeah, so Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, he's been a producer for Transformers for some time, and there was a lot of fuckery going around when he was doing a lot of he was talking at his ass when The Last Night was coming out about what they were going to do moving forward, and there was a lot of back and forth. I'm just going to say this. I never thought of the Bumblebee movie as being a prequel. I understand Agent Simmons is in it. I understand Sector 7's in it. But I think those are all things that kind of exist within the Transformers mythos, not necessarily saying because they're there, it's a prequel. I mean, Bumblebee's arrival on Earth was pretty much established in the Bay movies, as he'd been on Earth for a very long time, World War II. What was the point of that? Only to say, oh, hey, no, he came in the 80s, so did Prime. Meanwhile, Stephen Capel and Bonaventura were talking about how, oh, yeah, this is just another prequel, and we're introducing 5 factions, technically 6. So you're going to have Autobots, Decepticons, Predacons, Maximals, Terrorcons, and Unicron.
Why would the Terracons have their own?
I don't know.
He made a point of saying that they are not in league; they are their own entity.
Yeah, the big bad for the movie is supposed to be Scourge.
What?
Which is supposed to resemble, the robots in disguise Scourge. He's supposed to be a tanker truck, and he's supposed to be a herald of Unicron. So.
From the description I heard of him, he's going to look like the comic book The Fallen. With fire coming from the body and whatnot.
Well, the toy should be good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm guessing that we'll probably get some cool designs out of this, but
Matt, the third-party version of this toy should be good.
Okay, yeah, I there you go. That I'll agree with.
Yeah, none of this. They might as well just say it's a multiverse because none of the story comes together at all. They established that they landed on Earth at this year, but then nope, they came this year. But then the next movie, hey, we were on here this long ago, and Bumblebee's voice got taken by Megatron, but now it got taken by Blitzwing.
I was in a discussion a while ago that apparently some people really like these Transformer movies, and these are the same people who are going to be liking the fact that Snake Eyes isn't like he was in the comics. So, you know what? You know my thoughts of that. Oh wait, that was you, T-Man.
I think my biggest issue is that there was an opportunity to kind of wind things back and relaunch, because I know we had read an article even on the show after the Bumblebee movie came out. They were like talking about how the sequel is going to be Prime and Bumblebee adjusting to life on Earth, and it's going to be kind of like a buddy movie with Prime and Bumblebee, and really play up that robots in disguise element. I wish I could find that article. I'm sure if I go back I can find it, but this just sounds like people were saying, hey, we want to go back, we want to make something like the Bay movies. They're talking up Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback. I feel like somebody nailed it on Facebook where they're like, look, this is going to be a movie where it's just going to be ultimately too busy. They're going to blow out the VFX budget, and the focus of the movie is going to be on unlikable, underestablished human characters. Whereas, like in the Bumblebee movie, it had a small budget, but I think with Charlie and Bumblebee, they made a really likable human character.
Yes, Charlie was a good character. Shit, even in the movie, even Charlie's younger brother could have easily been the typical Michael Bay asshole character, and they made him likable in the end. And that's really all that anybody, that's all we needed was characters that we could actually care about through the movie.
Yeah. And Pamela Adlon was their mom, was
for the
great.
Transformers movie.
What was that? What was that, Dave?
They need a guy to take over Transformers, like they got taken over Star Wars. Someone who's got some love, got some concepts, and knows what knows what the fans really want.
Yeah. So Jedi Mindset brings up a good point. Autobots. Remember, the Autobots were part of the Underground Railroad and fought Nazi. I mean, they could have done Hearts of Steel even.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
That would be kind of cool. Man, I loved Hearts of Steel. I wish they did more of that.
I'm sure we'll be seeing more. This movie's supposed to come out in 2022, so next year. So I'm sure they're pretty far along in production. I've read that. I don't even know how the beasts are going to play into it. And that's the other thing too. Is like I just wish that they weren't fast pathing this to beasts. I really wish that they were okay. We're gonna move off of what we did in the Bumblebee movie. We're gonna have it be a little bit more grounded. A little bit more focused. But hopping the beasts is, I think, going to kill this. I'm pretty sure that the Maximals and Predacons aren't going to be anything special. They're probably going to be a lot like, remember in Revenge of the Fallen, the Pretender that they had, Alice.
Oh God,
yeah.
So, if I had to guess, they'll probably be like, "Oh, we can take any disguise we want, even animals." And they'll probably do something tasteless with Optimus Primal being like Harambe.
Nice.
All right, let's move into our third-party news. Let's perk this up a little bit. Let's talk about some cool stuff as opposed to impending dread. Mechanical Alliance. I think we saw this figure when it was a prototype. This actually went up for pre-order on TF Source. I believe it's $179. 10.6 inches, masterpiece scale. I think this is with the Zeta Blitzwing. At first glance, you'd think this is 3A's offering.
It looks cool. I'm just, again, that's not my aesthetic, but it looks cool.
Does it transform?
This transforms into a cassette player. I'm not sure how that looks because they didn't provide pictures. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like, Cybertronian and kind of like you got to squint to see it. But where I will give them credit is, this thing in the photography really, you'd be hard. If you showed this to anybody, they'd think you're showing off the 3A. This is also supposed to be out in September. I probably won't get it.
Okay, then. Next.
But, yeah. All right. Next up, we got a new Ultra Magnus from Magic Square coming out. Again, I think we also saw this when it was in its...
Okay, I just want to point out, if that happened, I... Nice idea, Hot Cheetah.
I imagine he'd be like staring at the wall going, Really? Really?
I kind of wish they used the new Prime mold that they're coming out with.
Rather than making him an all-in-one?
Did Magic Square already made an all-in-one Ultra Magnus, right?
Yeah.
What company is coming out with a new Optimus that looks like
Magic Square? Their Prime version 2.
Yeah, I wish they used him instead of this. We probably would have been more expensive. Because this one is a little bit more limited.
I'm not a big fan of this thing.
Did you guys watch that video where they were showing the transformation and whatnot?
Yeah.
When he put the gun in the hand, he didn't even attempt to make him try to aim it because I was like, there's no way that arm can hold that gun up.
Yeah, Magic Square joints are already they're not loose, but they're not tight either. So once you stack all this armor on top of the base body, I don't see how it's going to hold. Especially, look, with all that extra shit piled on top, I don't see how that's going to hold up.
It almost reminds me of Prime Ultra Magnus when he's all armored up.
Not to mention that when in order to get to Magnus armor mode, you have to disassemble parts of the under Prime, which I don't like. You have to take the smokestacks off. You have to pop his head off and replace it. If they were to find a way to make it actually all in one, that might be a different story. But I don't like this at all. So it's an easy pass for me. But if you do like it, congratulations.
Wait, is this their first version?
Well, they had the first version pictured with it.
Yeah, they had the two standing side by side on one of them.
Yeah.
I do like
There you go.
the height difference. I like that.
Yeah, their original Ultra Magnus is small, for sure. It doesn't scale right, but it is a clever transformation.
Yeah. I actually got to mess with that one. And, I thought it was great. It had like the simplicity. It had, aha moment. But for a small figure to be, such a Partsformer, I think that's a deal breaker right there.
I mean, I get what they're going. They're trying to take their existing mold and make it, fit.
Dave, the crowd really wants Dave to do an edible.
It's not horrible, but I don't like it that much.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, Jay, I also prefer all-in-one designs for Magnus.
There's pros and cons to both. I mean, for example, I really like for all-in-ones. I really liked the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus.
Yeah,
being an all-in-one.
Well, and as far as the one on the right on this, the original release, that figure is scaled too small anyway. When it's in alt mode, the cab of the truck is way smaller than their Optimus Prime. So if they were to just scale that up, it would have been perfect. But for whatever reason, it was one of their early releases too, so they were still trying to figure their shit out, I guess. But yeah, if they would just take that original, and I'm sure, and I think there is a knockoff plus version that does that. So hunt around, never know what you'll find.
Yeah, what was that company that did it? Mex Fans Toys, I believe.
Yeah,
their scale was all over the place. I think I borrowed. Did I borrow? It was yours, right?
Yeah, because I was the middleman for it. That's how I got to mess with it.
Yeah, I borrowed that and Sideswipe. I was like, Sideswipe was almost as tall as Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, remember when the stipulation was you had to make him wacky waving, inflatable arm flailing Ultra Magnus?
Yeah,
and your review does feature that, and I appreciate that.
Also, a little weird. Magic Square is doing a Nightbird.
That SD.
Yeah,
it's clever though. I would not buy this, but I think it's clever. And our buddy Matthew Deluxe Baldwin has the original RC, and he really likes it.
These are kind of evocative of the Choo designs, and that's where I think that there is a market for these, because those were pretty popular for a while. Certainly has the articulation.
Megatron mixed with Nightbird.
Yeah, because the eyebrows.
Yeah,
I see it.
I'm sure that'll be cool. It looks okay.
Yeah.
I like that alt mode though.
Yeah, I like that it's not just RC. And our last little bit of third-party news. We've seen this one teased. I thought that this was TransArts, but it's not. It's actually a new company, Future Toys, and this is it's called. Well, they're doing two. This is kind of interesting. Metal Lacosta and Violent Lacosta, which is oddly the Fox Kids version of Transmetal Cheetor. Not Cheetor, Tarantulas. No price on this yet. that I can see. It's got a Show Z watermark on it. I would guess it's probably going to be in the ballpark of $100. As you can see, they've knocked off the webs from Masterpiece Black Arachnia.
Yeah.
But not the stand.
But not
And the little bug drone thingies. I want it.
Yeah. So I think this looks pretty good.
I like that it does the motorcycle mode.
The Transmetal Tarantulas was one of my first adult collectibles. He was the third one I got.
He was one of my favorite characters in that show. Yep, me, Jedi. You and me.
I didn't see what you said.
It was his fave Predcon back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely liked the way he looked.
What I can't tell is if they've given him wrist joints or not, because he may just be kind of an upscale of the
probably get more information in October.
More than likely. I do think it's interesting that they're doing this Fox Kids deco. I always thought that was a neat deco, but I wouldn't get any of those weird decos in the in a Masterpiece scale. I think it's probably something that the Stasis Lock guys will do. Concealing.
The legs have more articulation than the original toy. Because they didn't have any real articulation.
Show Z has them on pre-order. They do not list a price yet, though.
Yeah.
I
don't see an ankle in here. Doesn't mean it's not there, because again, like what Transarts has done, like Cheetor has that sectioned torso where he can do like the teacup, ab crunch.
If it doesn't have the arm articulation, then I'm gonna have to pass. I love the original figure, but that was one of the things that drove me up the wall. It didn't have elbow swivel or bicep swivel or wrist swivel, so it was super limited.
Well, as I said, hopefully in October for TFCon we'll get more info.
Yeah, gotta get more info.
That panel.
Speaking of panels, I didn't put this in the notes. Did we want to touch base on where Hasbro kind of gave at least me a little bit of a minor heart attack, where they said, "Hey, we're going to do another thing for Yojo June," but it was just the $10 figures.
I think that's all the hot air we need to let into this news story. I think you've covered it very well.
Well, there we go.
I did have something I wanted to ask you earlier, Jordan. When you went through your hauls, it occurred to me, did you forget something when you ran out and Winston tipped you off on something?
Did I forget something?
A 2-pack? Wasn't there a Turtles 2-pack that you were able to grab?
Turtles 2-pack?
Or no, the 4-pack. Wasn't it the Disguise pack? Didn't you get the Disguise pack?
Oh, I showed that off last week.
Well, then, back to you, Jordan.
Yeah, I still haven't opened that. I'm going to wait until I get my new setup. And yeah.
Every time I use voice to text and I say 2-pack, it always writes Tupac.
In California, they left the body. I just pre-ordered mine.
Yeah.
By the way,
I was gonna preface this with, hey, look, we're finally getting a Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn repaint, retool, really, and I think this is what we really should have been getting in the realm of repaints, other costumes. I love the fact that I can't tell. I don't have my Spawn with me. Are these the same Necroblasts from the Kickstarter?
they're close. They got the same handles. The Kickstarter one, it's got like forks. It's like two bolts shooting up.
Yeah.
So it's got the same handle. It's got more plastic in it. As I said, I'm all for this one, and that one with a slight retool could turn into a really good medieval Spawn, by the way. And I got mine. I got mine pre-ordered. Well, hell, everything we talk about McFarlane Spawn stuff, I got pre-ordered. Let me just put it that way. Spoiler.
Well, don't worry. This is going to be released 4 more times.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get your lemon flavored, your cherry flavored, your blue raspberry flavored.
The
You
shape
kinda
looks
will.
exactly the same, right?
And I guess like I wanted to bring this one up, you know, and the Mortal Kombat stuff in general. Do you guys think that they should be doing chase figures for these repaints as
They
opposed to just? Well, I mean, more chase figures. I know like Bloody Noob is a chase, correct?
No, he's GameStop exclusive.
He's GameStop. What are the chases then?
I think there's a Shao Kahn chase. I mean, McFarlane's got chases floating around, but chases are a pain in the ass. Look, we just chased off T-Man talking about it. I mean,
This is a chase.
Yeah, I know the Battle Sister.
yeah, that's a chase. I mean, I picked up a chase Gorilla Grodd and I sold that off. But the problem is then you have that one chase, and I'm not sure if we start talking about the other Spawn figures. Like, there's a chase for one of those that I'm actually really jonesing for, the Redeemer. That chase looks looks better. But now I don't think with the Mortal Kombat you need a chase figure because they do such low runs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 or 3. I see 2 at a Target. That's about it.
No.
I don't know. Shao Kahn and Liu Kang, I've seen them so many times at Target.
Well, Shao Kahn, that figure and I got some issues. Oh yeah, Gold
I
Noob.
think I've only seen what's her name? Katana once.
You know what would be really smart to do is do the Revenant versions of Katana and Liu Kang.
On T-Man978 Show Review on Facebook, I have links for all of these Spawn figures on Amazon. Every purchase you make after you click the link helps out my channel. Pass. I'm not getting it. One Spawn is good enough for me.
Yeah, Stanley's Toy Channel says, don't know any chases in the MK line, but they're the gold and platinum lines. Yeah, I've seen the gold ones. All right, next up, Mafex Harley Quinn.
We're not gonna talk about the other Spawns.
You know what? I can. Bear with me.
Well, just didn't know if everyone, like I mentioned before, like there was the Redeemer's got a repaint. I don't know if there's a picture of that on Toy Arc.
Is Captain Marvel going to be in that Harley Quinn thing?
I don't have the. I can pull that up too.
Because the main thing with the Spawn figures is that the Gunslinger Spawn is a Target exclusive. So that's your pain in the ass thing.
All right.
And I don't know if they're still running the promotion, but I pre-ordered that entire wave. And on Target, they actually were offering a $25 off coupon if you spend $100 or more. So basically, you bought all the figures, you get one of the $25 figures free.
This guy is $40 because of those guns.
Yep.
I do think they did a decent job hiding some of the joints on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, and the way that backpack attaches apparently is like the Space Marine backpack attaches. So it's going to be a solid attachment. And that's actually, that gun kit is an homage to this In the Demon's Hand video game from the Dreamcast years ago.
All I hear is John Leguizamo farting.
He's like, one thing that got me when I first saw this guy was like, he's gonna have no articulation. I noticed the joints in the hands, and then when you do the reverse shot, you can actually see the cutouts for the knees.
Oh yeah, on that promotional pictures, they like kind of Photoshop out the joints sometimes.
Yeah, and you can tell this is going to be like a soft piece here on the crotch piece.
And you know that they're doing variants by changing the shirts.
Yeah.
He has those wrists that they were going to give the Kickstarter Spawn at first.
I had no idea that was John Leguizamo. You just blew my mind. I looked that up while y'all were talking. I'm like, alrighty.
Really? Dude, he stole that movie.
Wow.
You've been violated, girly man.
See, you weren't the only one that got cut by Cabal.
Oh yeah, that whole thing is dangerous.
Well, I will say, like, it's the thing that's been surprising about McFarlane's figures is that they're not using that soft plastic everywhere.
Nope, and they definitely say not a toy for the Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice in retro.
Yeah, the packaging looks good. I wish they were clamshells because these boxes almost look collectible in themselves.
Yeah.
We're in the trash, Dave.
I know. I've been trashing it. I cannot wait for this figure.
Hopefully, he's like that Batman. That's a Target exclusive, and you'll see him stacked high.
Yeah, I'm curious where these are gonna show up. Whether they're gonna get pegs in the toy aisle or they're gonna show up like electronics, collectible stuff.
He's going to be in
Electronics
Yeah.
collectible because that's
all
what the
the
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat
figures
stuff
are.
is up there.
I guess Mandarin Spawn is there already, but it's kind of funny just because you think back in the day. Yeah, I know they had nowhere else to put it, but all the it's funny. T, you shared that video from 2015 to show how different Walmart was. You had Marvel Legends on each side of the aisle. I just remember, Walmart back in the day, there was, huge section for McFarlane stuff. Huge. I mean, the amount of shelf space that, the Marvel section gets, that was your McFarlane section. And then, like, half an aisle was Marvel Legends.
But this hits all the articulation. I love the fact, like, when they showed the back packaging, they were able to pretty much get the pose of the cover for him.
It keep making me think of Dr. Facilier.
Who?
The villain from Princess and the Frog.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what really put this over the top? A couple of those smoke effects like you get in the Marvel Legends.
Oh, if he would have been $25.
He was $25. He's $25.
I thought it was a $20 one.
Oh.
Nope, he's 25. I got the listing here. He is sold out.
Yeah. And that is that is your goth goodness right there.
What's that thing at the bottom on the gunslinger? In the box. I mean, in the front.
That's the holster for the shotgun?
Yeah.
That's why it's $25. All right, next guy I never heard of.
Really, really well done paint on this guy.
And they're going to be doing, and they've, like, Spawn just came out with the Spawn Universe book. And so they're going to be doing 3 more figures from the Spawn Universe. So they're going to be doing the Lady Spawn. They're going to be doing the Medieval Spawn. And I can't remember what the third one's going to be.
I know they're doing a Medieval Spawn statue.
No, they're going to be doing a Medieval Spawn figure.
Yeah. If Cabal's any indicator, though, this is going to cut up somebody's hand. Look at the arm guards and the shins.
And they'll probably be doing repaints in various flavors.
Yeah.
This one is $20, I think.
There's your Redeemer.
This one looks good, but if they ever, I don't know if they've got the picture of the on Todd did a podcast or there was little video things where he showed the variant color on that one. Oh, it looks so much nicer. But this looks good. I'm hoping it has the wings like the Tyrant Man Who Laughs has, where the wings actually could fold out additionally to get wider.
Oh, these look static.
I know they look
Bendy,
static,
maybe.
Maybe I'll see if I can do a transplant.
It's like the way they're in the packaging. They almost look like they might be a bendy material.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like back in the day, McFarlane wasn't a stranger to using like rubber and bendy wire
Yeah, but
shit was cheaper.
but
This is $50.
yeah, this thing is $50 worth of plastic right here, but
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's gonna have the weight to it.
Which is funny because the old Violator figures were so super lanky.
Yeah, this is heavy for $20, so that should be heavy.
I mean, that's gonna be like the weight of a Select figure. That's gonna hurt if it falls off the shelf.
Keep the peg in his foot. The stand, I mean.
But I'm buying. I got every one of these on pre-order.
I guess he does come with a stand. I can kind of see it here.
Yeah.
But in the photography, oh, there he is. That's a. It's kind of like your Devastator.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I still can't believe that figure was only $20. Actually, when I picked it up for you, Matt, it was like 16.
Yep.
I like that they're consistent with everybody comes with a stand. The best stands were the ones that came with the Fortnite figures.
Best stands, I think, came with the old with Marvel Legends a couple years ago. These hex-based ones that you can link together.
Oh, I meant as far as what McFarlane is releasing, because the Fortnite ones were actually thick and substantial, and not those wafers.
Got it. T-Man likes them thick. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
thick Wonder Woman.
Let's see how he likes this Mafex Harley.
Hated it.
She's shiny.
She's very shiny.
Shiny. Oh, she looks cool. She looks way better than Captain Marvel, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I do like how she is shiny. Kind of gives the the illusion of like a latex costume. I almost said latex condom. That would have been awkward, wouldn't it?
I always have a problem with them giving her the costume from animated, but with a humanoid real face. It just doesn't look right to me.
I think this walks the line a bit. Like this looks a bit to me like the Alex Ross artwork. Especially like the smile there.
It's not bad, but it's just I'm just so used to the animated series.
Well, I mean that's where she debuted.
There's still, but it's cool and all, but there are better Harleys out there.
This may be sacrilegious, but I've never liked that costume.
You're fine. No, you're good.
Thank you.
You like her newer stuff?
Of course.
I mean, heck, I love the that figure arts, that Margot Robbie costume. I love that. The Injustice costume is probably my favorite costume for her from the Injustice. That figure.
I like her Harley from the animated HBO show. I like that outfit.
I like that she's gone to wearing the Injustice outfit in a new movie coming out.
That's what I'm saying. I love that costume.
I like the Arkham one, to be honest.
Also a good one.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like one of my first Play Arts guys.
So yes, ironically, her first costume is the least favorite.
Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't translate to current day.
Well, she was originally just supposed to be random Joker mook in the back, and I forgot somehow the personality kicked in.
I'm happy they didn't make her a random.
All right. Next up, we'll talk about the Mafex Captain Marvel. Since it's funny. A lot of times when we're putting the show together, I'll put stuff on the notes. And tonight's the one night where I excluded stuff. So it's like, I think we talked about that before. I don't think they'll want to talk about this one. But
I like the effects, and they've been getting good with the more realistic, with the human faces. But this face and that body right there, that definitely looks like an 18-year-old boy right there.
What you need to do is see if who's the company you get the pop-up sets from?
Extreme Sets.
Yeah, so write to Extreme Sets and be like, can you guys make me an Applebee's so you can have an Applebee's display and just permanently have her requesting to speak to a manager? So that's what that haircut says to me.
I'm just.
Torso is like 3 inches too long.
I mean, okay, those effects are freaking epic, plain and simple. Like that whole. I love how that works, but I'm personally just burnt out of MCU figures. It's not even the fact that Captain Marvel, just in general, I'm burnt out of MCU figures. But god damn, that is one of the best looking use of those effects. Those effects will look good on a Jean Grey Phoenix. Those effects are a Human Torch. So I mean, I really like those effects. It's just why are they using them on? And they look good on her, but
you paid $100 to get the effects.
I think Can of Beams was kind of a missed opportunity. Like, I feel like there's got to be somebody has to do like a third-party company that does specialized effects pieces for lines and just sells them.
It's funny you bring that up because I just saw an update from that dude today where anybody that's interested in his shop, he does good work, and he said he's revamped his entire workshop and hired an apprentice, so he hopes to put out a lot more stuff.
Well, good.
And he was doing some variations of colors, like he did a neat one with the Iceman today.
Yeah, so I have hope that he'll like he's had some health issues, and he was a one-man team for a long time. He puts out good stuff though, so hopefully this means that that there'll be more variations and more offerings soon.
This makes me look forward to the Marvel Legends version a lot more. I like this outfit and I like their haircut in the movie. And I think the Marvel Legends face looks way better than this. Amazing.
You're probably going to get that 2-pack with Rescue, aren't you?
Yeah. I think I have it on pre-order. I hope I do.
That was the thing too, is that the figure arts like led the charge on the realistic face sculpts, and then Hasbro pulled ahead, and figure arts just never caught up. They just stagnated.
Yeah, they got worse.
So what we got here? What's this guy?
Yeah, so this one, Revoltech's Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool version 2. We were talking about this one in the chat earlier in the week, and I feel like this one comes pretty close to being good.
Yeah,
but it just misses the mark in a few areas.
No, the leg it's using the non-Revoltech leg joints. The only thing is, yes, it's using sci-fi guns, which you know what? That'll look really good next to Cable. He actually has more weapons. I have the first Revoltech one. One of my biggest issues with my Revoltech one is his swords, because you take him out of the scabbard, it's just a little bit of a teeny peg that's holding him in there, and you put the blades in there, and it's really, really easy to stress the plastic on it. This is fixing a lot of the issues I had, and I am part of the problem, and I pre-ordered it.
You also have to be down for the Amazing Yamaguchi aesthetic because they have their own design flair. So
they do.
If the dimensions on this guy in the bulk isn't your thing, it's not going to be. Like that's just the way he is. That's the way they do things.
But it was like the Deadpool was the first Yamaguchi figure.
Right. So they had so they were just figuring it out from there.
So it was Revoltech joints everywhere. Look at the legs. Look how solid those legs are.
Yeah.
They've actually really minimized. He's going to be using the shoulder pivots, I think, for the body. This is, as I said, I'm going to have 2 Deadpools.
I think it looks good. I didn't notice when he was actually holding the guns. I didn't even notice they were weird space guns at first.
I mean, it's a comic book character. He uses weird space guns.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, the knife looks awesome. I mean, and they all holster, which is great.
Yeah, and he's in Fortnite, so they have.
I mean, that pose right there sold it for me. Look how clean, look how solid the knees are.
I think it's teeth is part of the problem.
I'm justifying the crazy purchases.
It's like Smash Brothers, but to the extreme. It's like, all these characters were in this game, so I have to get figures for them and put them together.
T-Man, the Joker was in Fortnite.
Oh, he is. I think he has 2 different skins.
So that means you need this Revoltech Joker now.
So does that mean you could have the Joker fighting Deadpool, fighting the Mandalorian?
Right.
Yes.
And then being snuck up on by John Wick.
And
Yes.
Thanos.
And Thanos.
Oh. I will say they did a good job here with the face sculpts. Like,
And it's got some new hands too, because that finger doing that wasn't in the old one. The old one had the heart's eyes, so I think they're reusing the eyes from the 1.0.
but I do like how you can see like subtle sculpts for the mouth underneath. Like, this does look like he's, stretching his mouth out under a mask. You can make out it's just slight enough to look good for the impression of where his lips would be.
I got him pre-ordered.
How much is he?
$100.
I don't know.
And there's
I'm gonna be happy with that. I finally got the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, and I'm gonna try to let that be the last one I get.
I mean, again, he comes up with so many more weapons. Oh, he comes with the dynamite, the 2 daggers, the size, 4 pistols.
Just in case.
Too small and too large.
That's a lot of shit.
You get a lot, yeah. I mean, you're not getting skimped on this. Unfortunately, since it's Marvel, they can show all the weapons he's getting.
I like how Hasbro did with they give you the guns, but you had to cut them out yourself.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That was massive bullshit. At least the other guns that it came with, they were at least cast in black plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, at least at like first glance, it wasn't like, what the hell are those? Here, it's like, that's far out space nuts. Now, I guess you have to go to Dave's point. If they make a Cable figure, to go
They
along
made a
with
Cable
them.
figure.
Well, I mean, yeah. So yeah, if you have that Cable figure,
It's a
then
comic book character. He's not, again, I get wanting realistic guns for like your Punisher, for your G.I. Joe characters, for things like that, but this is freaking Deadpool. The guy runs around with a teleporter on his belt, and he can survive having all his limbs chopped off. He can have big space guns. It's fine. He was drawn by Liefeld.
fair enough. Wow. Next up, Shadow Warrior 2-pack. We get like the origin of Shredder, Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles movie.
I renounce that.
Matayoshi and Oroku Saki. This looks good. So unfortunately, this is a Walmart exclusive. You're getting everything you'd want. I do kind of think it's silly to have like the axe and a tonfa, nunchucks, all that sort of stuff coming with this, because they were just characters that were in a flash mold. Technically, Hirokisaki is in the bulk of the movie. But
I'm gonna skip these because I don't even have the movie Turtles anymore.
What's sad is I want this the most for the Splinter.
I would pretend. Oh, you mean the rat?
Yeah.
I would pretend Hamato Yoshi is Splinter. I hated that origin when I saw the movie.
That was the actual origin from the comics, though.
Yeah, I found that out later. I found out later that it was almost beat for beat with the comics.
That was one of the reasons why I like. Yeah, I mean, I grew up. Believe it or not, I read the Mirage books before the cartoons, even though
At least it's not as bad as the origin where it's Tony Shalhoub reads a kung fu magazine in the sewer.
Right. Well, yes. Oh, both of those. I hated that. A rat learning martial arts doesn't make sense, and that makes me mad.
It doesn't make sense, but at least it's better than I found a how-to book in the sewer and I read it.
Yeah. I mean, but I guess the comic was supposed to not make sense on purpose. But I definitely like the cartoon origin more.
I think this looks pretty decent. I mean, for this display, I think it looks cool. I don't know that I necessarily will get this set just because it's a flashback scene. Like I missed the boat on getting Danny. I'm hoping that they do, an individual non-loot crate release for him, or by the grace of God, he shows up in Five Below.
He won't.
No, he probably won't. But I'm pretty sure that he'll get an individual release. I'm sure Toka and Razor will probably get re-released at some point.
They will.
But I don't know that I need this set.
I don't think they trust that Danny will sell.
Yeah. Well, the best thing they could do with Danny is toss him in a 2-pack and try and get Sam Rockwell's likeness, and just have another foot soldier.
I think I'm caught up. I've got all the movie Turtle stuff I need, so I'm with Matt.
You're not getting April?
Or May or June.
Yeah, I mean, I still want April. I'd like to get Danny, but not getting him not a deal breaker. However, if they do a Kino figure, I would buy the hell out of that because Ernie Reyes Jr. is awesome, and I enjoy his character in Secret of the Ooze. Also, what was the name of Shredder's henchman, or his main henchman in the movie? I'd get one of him.
Bald guy.
Yeah, the bald guy.
That's his name.
If you watch the one dub, he's just known as Hector.
Well, he lasted better than Bob did for the Joker.
Next up, we have another NECA horror movie figure announcement.
Brace yourself, Nightwing.
Yeah. So I know Nightwingham's excited for this. The Wolfman figure.
I'm excited for him.
Tatsu. That's what it was. Thank you, Brad.
I shall see Dave's pictures.
Yeah. For me, the American Werewolf set is far more exciting.
Well,
but if you like your Universal monsters,
American Werewolf is also a more exciting movie, but there is some love in this.
Yes.
I'd rather get Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf would be awesome.
I like the fact you get all the parts, so you can transform him.
Did he really look like a Walmart employee with a bunch of fur?
Yes, he did. But when you say it that way, ouch.
These movies are. You got to take some time and just rewatch these from time, and just to really appreciate where movies are today from these.
You know what I would love for them to do is a Vincent Price version of The Fly. Not that Vincent Price was the Fly in that movie, but you know what I mean. Just a guy with the big fly head.
Mm-hmm. You mean Baxter Stockman?
I mean, basically, yeah. But
they made Edward Scissorhands. I'd get that.
That would be awesome.
I will be buying this,
and you'll be making a new Dio. I guarantee you'll be like a
standing on the castle. I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm going to expand the castle.
Is that like your end game?
Hmm?
Is that like your end game for the Universal monsters? Is to have them all in one Dio, or are you going to give them their own?
It's becoming that way of having them all in one dio. There was it's actually really not a good movie, but one of the big Universal monster movies is called House of Frankenstein, where it's got the Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, and and Dracula all in it. It just doesn't have the Gillman in it, which I'm really hoping NECA does.
What if they made an Invisible Man like they're doing with that McFarlane figure? It's just an empty box.
Oh God,
we were talking.
my hero
I
figure.
Talking with Night Wingham about that, and he had some really good concepts for the Invisible Man. But I think it would look really. And we're talking about just basically using translucent plastic to have the bandages around there, so it looks like it's floating.
I gotta pull that up real quick. And thank you for reminding me, because this is one that I completely forgot for the notes. This is probably the most
thing.
Well, there's good news and bad news about this figure.
The good news is she's naked.
There's good news, and bad news about this figure.
She's not wearing any clothes in this figure form.
It was ridiculous that it was made. And for those who don't know, yes, this is a character in an anime who is an invisible girl. So all you ever see of her are basically her gloves floating and her shoes running.
Yeah, just her clothes. In fact, there's a picture at the top, isn't there? Of her?
Yeah.
And there's a picture in the bottom of the box, bottom of the front of the box.
So my question is, why wouldn't you do that?
On the bottom left. That's our picture.
Right here.
Yeah, right.
Well, the thing is, though, she was a Funimation exclusive.
Right. I think it was meant to be kind of a one-off.
And it's already sold out.
This should have been $10. It's like $18.
But it's already sold out, kids.
Yeah, I think what's kind of ingenious about it is the way they have the stand rigged up. You can pose her hands where they would be and rotate them. Same with the feet. But yeah.
Now, do the stands pose? I can't tell.
No, they do not.
No, but I mean you can rotate them at least.
But I think a couple things they could have done. Something like this. I think if I really wanted to make a design like this, I'd have the stand as green screen green, and that way you could photograph it so it looks all floaty.
Oh, you know what? They probably couldn't with the floating school jacket. They would still have to make her have legs, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could have had that on a stand, and her feet could have been separate.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It's a novelty piece.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
it's like I'm not a Doctor Who fan, but there was a character in Doctor Who that was basically like a stretched out piece of skin on a
yeah.
And
the last human.
Yeah, the dead. Yeah, there was an exclusive version that was like the dead version of her, but it was just the stand with no skin on it.
Well, years ago at one of the Comic Cons, Matchbox did an exclusive Wonder Woman Invisible Jet, and it was just an empty box, but it was an empty blister. So,
still kind of clever, neat that they offered it at a discount.
Albeit not a huge discount, but
right.
Todd got his Big Daddy Todd got his money.
All right. Last up on our docket, we got one thing that I'm actually kind of excited to see. World of Halo is continuing. We've got a look at the Series 3 now. These are all 4-inch figures, but I think that they're looking better. The nice thing about the World of Halo stuff is that they're $10 figures, and I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with them.
Yeah.
Jazzware has done some really neat stuff with their 3.75 and 4-inch figures. I mean, if you've ever looked at their small their small Fortnite figures, I'm really glad I never got into it, because they're actually they're really deep in that line, and you get a lot for your money for it. And this is the same type of boat.
Yeah, that posability is very close to the 6-inch version.
Oh, very close. And I think that they actually have tighter joints too. At least in the Halo line. We're finally getting an Elite figure, which is awesome. We're getting I guess this is probably from Halo Infinite, because I don't recall the brutes being that armored in any other Halo game.
Last Halo I played was part of Halo 4. I never could motivate myself to finish it.
T-Man has never played Halo.
I love Halo 4.
I've never owned an Xbox.
Halo 5, I hated that. Well, you know, it's been rumored that Games Pass could come to Switch.
Halo.
So
I fell in love with Halo. I had an Xbox and I fell in love with Halo, and I'm sitting there as like chapter 8 or 9. At the time my best friend in high school were playing, and I'm literally looking at him as we finish this chapter after fighting all these aliens. And we're like, okay, dude, that was rough. It can't get worse. And then it fades out, fades to black, and then the words fade up. Chapter 10, it gets worse. My buddy hit me so hard upside the head. And I'm like, I'm literally like, the writers of this game, they know me too well. And I fell in love with it. But,
if this line has one problem, it's too many Master Chiefs.
I'll give it that. I would not mind. I'm surprised they haven't done an Arbiter figure yet.
Yeah. And when I say too many Master Chiefs, I mean, yeah, it's great that you can find him on the pegs. Like if you go to a store, like if you're a kid, you're into Halo, you're going to be able to find Master Chief. You're going to be able to find, and Jazzwares does great with getting their product on the shelf, but it's just like there's so many 2-packs, and vehicles. Yeah. Master Chief is in Fortnite, so T can kind of, that's still not playing a Halo game.
I've never played his skin.
I think the challenge they have is that they could include like for the Warthog they should have included like a Marine, so you buy Master Chief and then have him drive it, or the Marine can drive it, but include a troop builder figure. But I see like there's a 1-pack with the gold armor brute. I think there's another pack that comes with like 3 figures, and of course the Warthog. I just think that there's too much see them coming out with another version. Like this is, I think, the Halo 3 version of Master Chief. It could be the Infinite version. Yeah, I think it's the Infinite version because that's one of the newer guns.
Yeah, it looks like the Infinite version. All the rest of them were really smooth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he always had battle damage. Like Halo 1, he was pretty pristine.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 2, he got new armor. Halo 3, he had the armor from Halo 2 with a big chunk blown out of it. Halo 4, he inexplicably gets an armor upgrade that's never explained, but it's in the documents, it's supposed to be the same armor he was wearing at the end of Halo 3.
Halo 4 had a lot of things that were unexplained. That's why I lost the motivation for it.
Is he not a human?
Oh, he's genetically enhanced.
Yeah, the lore for Halo is actually pretty interesting. Like, like all the Spartans, they were abducted as kids and replaced with clones. And then,
Halo Reach is still a near perfect game.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably one of the best prequels ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And I want them to continue the Reach stuff. Like I'm hopeful that the 6-inch line will get the rest of the Spartan 3s from Reach. Because we got Kat, we got Emil, so I'd really like to see them do George, Carter, and June. And that'd be awesome if they did some sort of representation for Noble 6. I guess you could really buy any old 6-inch Spartan and be like, that's my Noble 6. Since there were, in Halo Reach, you design your own Spartan. But anyway, I think they're. I'm glad to see Jazzwares continuing with it. I just want to see what they've got in store for the 6-inch stuff.
I think Matt was happy with Jazzwares Pokemon, so they got the Pokemon license, and if they can keep that quality up there, they will be printing money for as long as they have it.
Yeah, I think having
Greninja and somebody else is coming next.
Yeah. I think having Mario, Sonic, and Pokemon is really going to help them out with Hasbro getting Fortnite.
Rayquaza, Greninja, and who was the other one? Shit.
Charizard.
Well, yeah, there were 4.
I think I have just somewhere.
So say because Tomy losing Pokemon was a pretty big financial blow to them. Or Takara.
Yes, we know. That's why I'm priced out of Masterpiece now.
Well, they shouldn't have to price it up. What they really should do is actually formally merge with Hasbro.
Well,
they're probably scared of it.
They are probably scared. But I think that'll wrap it up for tonight's show. So, again, thanks to everybody who hung out with us in the chat. Love you guys. Make sure that you pass and slam that like button. Make sure that if you haven't already, you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and we will see you all again. Same Figure Action channel, same Figure Action time, 9 o'clock on Thursday Eastern, here on YouTube. Okay, later.
Check out the stuff in the description.
Oh yeah,
and check out our Teespring store
Yeah.
and TF Basement.